It's early and I'm live because I have so much to do. I don't even know where to begin. And my brain is fried before I even start. I suspect that my husband has COVID, and that's adding another thing to my list of things to do that I didn't need. So before I pursue that and everything else I gotta do, I'm trying to get my mind right. I keep asking the Lord, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? What do you want me to do? Because I am just exasperated. So it's not Monday, but I'm going to continue working on this mandala because it is relaxing me. I'll probably do a short of it for Monday. So I may put my pencils away on my live just because I can. I did sketch this morning. I went back to my 100 days of sketching list. They have their list posted on Amazon, on Instagram. So I went there to see. I think I already did day 34 with the dragon, but because I wanted to practice more sketching dragons, drawing dragons, I did that today. So trying to get well, I probably should show it, huh? I'm gonna show it. Let me finish sharpening my pencils here. Using my Richetta. I've really been using this a lot lately. I like the point that it puts on the colors pencils. Yeah, it's kind of, well, that's not the best, but it's kind of a nice point. But it did a really nice one on this one. Probably time for me to empty it again. I did just empty it this morning, but I think just the sharpening I did just now, I sharpened 4 pencils? 5. So filled it up. Let me show you my sketches, and I kind of like that. Well, maybe you can kind of see the progression with it, and which is why I like to keep. It just fell. To keep. Where did that just go? One bottle of Stickles that I didn't get into the case I put them in. I need to put that away. You can kind of see the progression with it, getting better at it as I keep trying, but I still haven't gotten to where how I want it to look. So, and I used a reference for all of these, but it kind of, in some ways, I focused on different references for some of these. And then in other cases, I focused on the same reference, but I narrowed in on particular spots to try and get them better, to kind of get a handle on how's it shaped. So this is the first one I did. I think this is the second one. I think this is the third. And this is the fourth. So I was trying to get an idea of what's its body parts, and I started thinking more about that. Okay, don't mind the picture underneath there. Then I did this one. I actually started with the head because I thought, well, maybe let me focus on the head. What's the head shape like? This really isn't supposed to be connected, but I was kind of focusing on particular body parts of it and trying to get a feel for how can I draw that kind of effortlessly? What's the shape of it? What are the characteristics of it that I'm drawn to that will really help me to draw it the way, I don't know, is will come out of me easily. And because I like loops and I don't know, ridges and things like that, when I do like those freestyle drawings, I don't know if you remember some of those, like these things that I do. I like different kinds of things like that. So I thought maybe if I attach to the object drawing the dragon by thinking of those kind of things, curves, loops, things like that, maybe that would help me. Another one. And so, let me focus that. I thought, let me try maybe from that side. Um, so I tried with that, and this is actually supposed to be the wing because I looked at a different reference that had more. It seemed like it showed more of the like a kind of muscle and bone structure of the dragon, and I really liked that it showed that. What is this pen? I'm finding where are these things coming from? I'm like, I don't know where it came from. Anyway, so, and I like that. I like that it showed that because that gives me a better idea of how is the object constructed. What is its, anatomy? Because I don't have any idea in my head of how the dragon's wings work with its legs or whatever, and this picture showed more of that, and I really liked that. So I actually saved that picture for reference to continue drawing it, and I may focus on drawing particular body parts and just continuously drawing those in between, like sketching other things, to sketch those to kind of get a feel for their shape and stuff. So I did that one, and then so this is like it kind of showing how the leg is actually structurally somehow connected to the wings, which when you think of how they show them flying, I think that's it kind of intimates that that's how the mythical creature is constructed. So, and then I did this one. So you might notice I think there's an improvement from here, where it kind of was like, well, I don't know, and let's just, we were doing shapes and stuff, to this one, where I'm getting more of a feel of it, and I'm not erasing any lines for the most part in any of this. I just try to make the lines that I feel are more certain darker. That's one reason I like sketching. And trying to get a feel for where are these parts? How are they shaped? Where do they go? What direction do they go? How do they slant this way, that way, the other way? All that kind of stuff. So I use that same reference picture again to kind of sketch this out, get an idea for how the wing and the bone in the leg and the bone in the wing, or cartilage or whatever, how that works. And for some reason, I feel like thinking about the dragon in that way, bone and cartilage, I feel like somehow I don't know, that seems to be connecting in my head as a way to figure that out. Oh, I almost didn't recognize it. I drew some other things underneath here just because, I don't know, I felt like it. And so this is my last sketch of it, where I was trying to be more deliberate with where the shape, again, the leg and the wing, the back legs, relationship of the back legs to the tail. Still trying to figure that out. It's like, what is the construction of that? Because, of course, the leg has bone in it. There's a socket. And thinking about where that is. Where's my pencil? And I actually switched. Initially, I had started out with this pen, started sketching with this pen, and I switched to pencil too, because I was feeling more comfortable to kind of, make many lines instead of one with that. This is kind of a weird pen. I don't know. It's kind of strange. I might have done better with marker, but I didn't really want to use marker either. Yeah, so even as I look at this, I'm thinking, okay, so where is the joint? Okay, and how is the tail related? Where the tail originates? Where does the tail originate from, and how is that related to this joint? So I really am thinking, like, I don't know, because I'm thinking of the dragon in terms of parts. For some reason, I don't know. I don't know that I've ever thought this way about drawing before, but I think the dragon kind of brings it out of me. The fact that it's a dragon and it's a mythical creature. People have different kinds of drawings of them, and yeah, I don't know. For some reason, it has me think. Well, because the way dragons look, they're so like, um, they're so physical, and their presence is like so imposing in anything you see them in. That and the way they move, the fact that they can fly. What do they do with their feet when they fly? Um, I don't know. All that kind of is like rolling in my head while I'm doing this drawing. Okay, maybe thinking too much, but I have a tendency to think too much. One reason I'm on here right now instead of doing anything else is because like I have so much in my head. But anyway, so that was my sketching for today. Um, Not sure if I'm going to put this sketching in a short, only because it wasn't on all one page, and yeah, I'm not going to be able to flip the pages for a short fast enough. For the length, for as long as a short lasts. So, which isn't very long. Okay, so something else I realized I didn't show the other day was my coloring in here. So I'm going to do that. Good morning, Taylor. It really is morning. Morning. Only not even 9:30 yet. This is early for me. I'm usually like running around doing stuff. But so I wanted to show the page. I'm feeling braver about coloring in this book now. And I'm kind of approaching it where like, okay, coloring it now and then like with pencil, and I can bling it out later. And then maybe with some other pages, I may actually start off with some other medium, but I'm not there yet. I just don't. I'm not comfortable with that yet. But yeah, I figured I can color these pages and then I can bling them out later. And like as I get better with using all those different kinds of mediums and tools. So that's what I'm going to do. And that kind of frees me up a little bit. It freed up my mind to say, like, go for it. Plus, I started using the colors in here. And I do like using the Prismacolors in here, but the colors actually work really well. And if I'm not doing like a lot of blending or a particular kind of blending, like relying on the blending to carry color further, to push the color into a further, I don't know what to call it, a further zone or something. I don't know. I'm finding that the colors are working really nice for that. Um, I may go in after with some Prismacolor in certain spots to kind of do that kind of blending in here that kind of pushes it a little bit further. But I really, the colors really seem to like this paper and work well on this paper, which kind of surprised me. But like, I don't know why I was surprised, because it's not like I know a lot about pencil and paper and how they work. So I'm gonna move this thing. It's just in the way. Everything's in the way. Oh gosh. And I gotta move more stuff out of the way, like in a week. So yeah, and I did this with colors, which, like, good lord, if I can remember what color I started with, I don't even know. But this is how it ended up. That's about all I can say. I was initially trying to make it black. And I think I put some kind of grayish color as my first base, like kind of a dark gray. And then, I don't know, it seemed like it was going to be difficult to actually make it black black. And then I thought, well, I still may be able to make it black and let this be the reflection underneath. So I still don't know yet where I'm going to go with that. If I'm going to just leave it like this, because I do kind of like it like this, or if I'm going to go further and do the black. The one problem I have here is this collar. I couldn't tell what that was when I was coloring it, and now I see that that is the collar, and I'm going to have to try and reconstruct what I did here on that. I'm not really looking forward to that, but I'm going to wait for the moment where it hits me, and I'm going to do it. And I don't want to know what to make his clothes underneath. I have no idea. So that's going to sit there for a little bit, at least until it hits me. So, let me see. What did I do here? Why does it look like that? There's one of these. Isn't there one that makes it bigger? Is that it? I don't know why I'm talking so high pitched. Okay. Anyway. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll do the overlay because then I can see more of what I'm doing. Let's see me expand. No, I don't want to expand. That's what I want to do. Okay. Excuse me. Oh, so let's see. Her skin, I really like how it looked before I put this last layer on here. But I mean, it's not bad with that on there, but I added a color to it, and it's like, oh, I lost that nice reflective kind of look. But I'm still not mad at it. Now I could actually go in with like a white Prismacolor and kind of, bring out some of the, reflective kind of look on her face. But yeah, so yeah, it seems weird trying to get a true black on here. And maybe it's because of the color pencils. I don't know. And then I start thinking, well, do you really want a true black? I mean, black, really dark, dark black? I don't know. On this, I actually used, and this one I kind of liked before. I kind of, I don't know, in some ways you might say overworked it. Trying to get it to that darker black, it had a real nice kind of reflective thing going on it that I kind of had to try and push it and put a little back into it. And I also had to use Vaseline to kind of blend the pencil that was on here already. And that brought out a little bit more of the reflectiveness by how I manipulated the Vaseline on here. But I also feel like I'm going to want to use a white Prismacolor pencil and, make some of those areas pop more. I love her outfit. Let's see. So, and I think I'm probably going to want to put some, like on here. I kept thinking, should I switch to Prismacolors because it would blend more rather than be scratchy? But I also kind of don't mind the scratchy on it because it is a skull. So, I don't know. That might work for it. So, yeah. So, I guess so on this one, I just have to do, what do you do inside there? The jack-o'-lantern head and his outfit. And then the background, which I don't know if I'm going to use pencil to color in or not. I may wait until I decide to add a different medium to it and then color the sky with that. I need something so that let me mute for a minute. I need something so that I need a screensaver on my other computer. One sec. I just put on Jason Lewis Mind of Men, and I wish so badly I could play it live. He's got this one is from 2 years ago, and it's upbeat study music, deep focus house mix, capybara. That's the creature that he has in the middle, and isochronic tones. You know what? I probably should put that. That'll get me actually motivated today when I finally decide that I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna get out of this whatever this is, this funk, and start moving. Thing is, I'm gonna have to make my husband take a COVID test, and he's gonna be kind of a baby about it. And I'm just like, oh, I'm not ready for all that kind of. Oh, I don't want any drama, no nothing. Just do it. I don't know. Why can't men take care of themselves more when they're sick? I don't understand. I ain't got time to take care of you. I got work to do. Anyhow, I love this picture. This definitely calls for blinging out. That might be one of the last ones I do, because this is really has to look rich. Ooh, she's got the pox. So anyway, so that's that one, and I don't think I did anything more on the page in here. I don't think. Did I? Oh, I did the background on the red lady. Which and I also did something to her face. I made it so that part of it is browner, which for some reason I like. I don't know. I mean, it's a weird picture, so I made her look weird. What could I possibly do to it to make it, look unweird? Not much, if anything. So I'm just rolling with it. That's the only thing I did on this one. Oh, did I do her hair? I think I darkened a little bit more of her hair. I kind of put a little more browns and stuff in it. And I still need to do this background, which I'm thinking, I don't know, this might be the first thing I use stickles on. To show whatever that is. I guess I'm going to assume it's nighttime, I suppose. And then I can put stickles on the back. I'm thinking of using acrylic paint on the background, actually. But then I don't know how that's going to look with everything else here. I don't know. We'll see. So, and that's all I've done in this one. Then, where's my Maria Trolle? Do I have that? Evelyn Colors did a flip through of what I guess is Maria Trolle's first book, Luna. I can't really say L's very well this week, which was interesting. And it's kind of interesting because I like some of the ways she draws her humans in that book better than how she draws them now. I thought that was kind of interesting. Let's see, where is she? Here it is. I've really been doing a lot of these PDFs in the past few days, so I haven't been coloring in any of the books really very much. But this is what I've done on this is in Nightfall, and this is what I've done so far in here, and I think it's possible that I might have actually used colors in here. I don't remember for sure, but I think I may have. Or it might have been Prismacolors, because what happened was, because I was using some of the Prismacolors so much that I was like, you know what? I need backups of these because I'm really into this color, and I'm going to run out before I even finish the page if I keep it up. So I really like this kind of golden brown color a lot, and I feel like it blends into. I decided to make it so it's darker in here, and then it gets lighter and lighter until it goes out to the gold that I did with the pan pastels. I just noticed there's a kind of but I really like how that works. So I said, well, let's go with it. And so the part of this bottom that I didn't do with the in whatever that is, that crazy blue that's beautiful but really flaky, and I did this part with that Prismacolor pencil a long time ago, and Gamsol, blended it with Gamsol to see how that worked. And but I didn't do this part or this part because I wasn't thinking back then like where it was going. So um so that's, I put in that brown here and made it darker. I put in some blue here, so I'm kind of going to blend this. I don't know if I'm going to use it. I may use the Gamsol like with a little tip brush to kind of just like blend this in and darken it a little bit more, to get that to kind of like all go together. I might put some of this brown over here. I don't know. We're going to figure something out. Either draw this brown up a little bit, well, and then this, I don't know. We're going to figure something out to make that section make sense. Yeah, so this I did with that Prismacolor Indolathone or whatever blue and Gamsol. And then this part was done with the Pan Pastels. I used that golden yellow color, and I may have used a little bit of white, possibly. So it seems like it's getting kind of smudgy, but I really kind of don't mind it. I figure I can clean up any smudge that's not working for the picture when I'm done with it, and then spray it, and then I thought about actually spraying it now, which maybe today, because it's not too bad outside, I might spray it today. But then I don't want that to stay either. I don't want that to still be there, so maybe I won't spray it. But I think that worked out kind of good for a palette, because I didn't really plan a palette for it. I just kept thinking, I don't know whether it's true or not. These are peonies, and I wanted them to be pink. And peonies are usually pink, and so I just went with that. So something else I did in here, and it's like, oops, was I colored these green, and these are actually the petals of the flower. I think these are Scabiosa, and so the flower, these are the petals of the flower. But I'm gonna work with it. Like the ones that I haven't done yet, I may just do these a color and have these stay this way, because sometimes petals will drop, flowers will drop their petals, and you just see the the leaves that were holding them up underneath. So I may do that, or I could use like an acrylic marker and just put a hint of whatever color I make this one, put a hint of it there, so it looks like they're popping out from the middle or something. I don't know. We'll see. It's funny because it took so much work for me to do this, and then like a few days later I looked at it, I was like, wait a minute, that's actually the flower. Oh well. So how do you not get the pastels over the flowers and the leaves? Well, I actually do. There is some on there, on some of them, especially like on this side. I don't know. Oops, if you can tell. Is it like on this one? There is some a little bit on the top of these. And actually, the pan pastel, how I had it on there, I don't know, because of the color I'm using over it, didn't really bother it much. I did go around all of these, and yeah, here's another spot where I don't know if this is smudge from the other side or what, but this part, it's not really showing up that good on here, but that has yellow on it too. So I'm just going to make it work for me. whatever color I make the flower. Or actually, in this case, I can probably erase it. I think I can. Yeah, I can erase this part. Um, so yeah, that's the thing with pan pastels that you can erase. So, but I didn't go like, I didn't go over the flowers, and I didn't do any of the middle. All I did was this side. And that was because like I'm not really used to pan pastels, and this was one of my first times using it. And so I just wanted to see how it would go down on the paper and how I could manipulate it. And yeah, so I tried to avoid all of the objects as much as possible. I do have, like you can see, I have a little bit on the butterfly, which like I'm actually going to erase now because I can. And I think that's what a lot of people do, is that they erase wherever they don't want the pan pastel on it. I think that's what they do. So, but I can't, that would drive me nuts, doing like the whole page with the pan pastels, wasting my money on it, wasting my pan pastels on something I'm going to erase it off of. I don't think I could do like the whole page and then erase out. That would bug me somehow. But who knows? I might do it because like you got the thing to use it, right? Um, yeah. But that would have been an option, like if I wanted to just do the whole thing with the pan pastel, erase out where I don't want it. The other thing I guess would be to use this stuff, which I haven't used. Why did that go off? That's so weird. Okay, so yeah, I got the masking fluid in preparation for working with watercolors. I'm still not ready yet to go there with the watercolors, but I'm hoping that the end of December I'll be able to play with it at least a little bit. I hope so. But for me to do that, I really need to clear everything off my desk. I need to have like, you know, everything that I'm using for work or whatever away so that it's safe from water. Keep getting water in this stuff. I'm wondering if I feel like working on this now. I really would like to finish it, but I'm not sure. I don't think I want to right now. I feel like you gotta be in a special head to do this. I'm really liking this page now, though. And I'm actually kind of liking this book now, too, which, like, I didn't at first. For the longest time, I did not like it. I was like, I'm never getting another one of these. But I'm kind of liking it now. So these are pages I still need to, like, do something with, finish. They're kind of rubbing off on each other. And reconstructing that, oh my goodness. I'm going to have to focus for that. That's one reason why because I don't have time to be writing stuff down and saving it, because I'll probably lose it anyway. or I won't want to flip through the book board that I wrote it in to find it. I don't get time for that. So so I kind of like to just finish one thing that I'm working on. I would start working on it and finish it, and have as few whips as possible, so that I can um, so I can remember what I used, and like deal with each, at least finish one particular portion that uses all the same color, all the same um, medium at the same time, in one sitting, or like for a few days straight. So hopefully, I hope you can hear me now. I think I have the mute off. It did something weird a minute ago, and I'm not sure why. What's going on? It has... Huh. Okay, I think it is. Camera. I don't understand. I think that, yeah, I think it's okay. I hope it's okay. Is the sound back? I can't really read what's, the thingy is not making any sense to me. The restream thing. It says that my voice is going, but I don't know if I have this on one channel or two. Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, so I like to finish what I start, because it also gives me a sense of, I don't know, that I accomplished something, you know. So, so that's that one. I did a little bit on this. Ooh, look, that's rubbing off on this page. Oh well. I just put it in that color there. I don't know. I started with weird colors on this one to begin with, so I don't know. I just figured I'd go with it. And I'm gonna put another sheet of paper in here since it's doing that. I can probably erase that out. So I figured to stay with those colors. Just trying to push myself to do something different. You know, use a different palette than maybe what's expected. So, hey Mary, good morning. So, look, the rocks. The rocks are sleeping with moss on them. So, I was looking at this page the other day, and it's like, ooh, I gotta figure out how to color wings. And I actually found I found a website that was giving instructions for it. But the problem is the images don't really, I don't know, there's something about her explanation that didn't make sense to me. And she does make videos, but she didn't make a video of that particular step-by-step explanation of how to make things look translucent. So I'm going to look for another video that does that, because I really want to learn how to make things look that way with pencil. So still need to finish this page. I like this page. I think I used the Faber-Castell black pencils on these, I think. Yeah, so that's that. I think that's as far as I've gotten. I've looked at other pages in the back, but I've been like, you need to finish what's in the front. Don't go no further. Oh, wait. I did this one, too. And I think I did work on this one a teeny bit. The leaves, because there's all these leaves everywhere. So this is almost done, kind of, sort of. At least everything's almost colored in. I'll put it that way. I feel like I want to do more work on the flowers. And think of a background. And then this one I started, and I thought I was going to do it with Kitty's coloring her challenge with coloring cats, but then I don't know. I never went. I had to do so much to color these that I kind of like got out of it. It's like, and then I just stopped. It's like cat where? Because the cat was easy to finish. It was all these little things there. So, and then now it's like got to color butterflies, and I was like, oh boy. So I kind of stopped, but we'll get there. Oh, fat cat. Yeah, I'm kind of stuck on the PDFs these days. Really stuck on the PDFs. So I'm going to stay there. Is that a mink? That might be a mink. That's the thing we have in our yard. I haven't seen yet, but I don't go outside that much these days. Yeah, I'd like to see them. Heard we have a mink. So that's what I've been doing in there. Let's see. I think for the most part, you've seen the other things I've been doing. Really been thinking about doing this Luna Moth. This one is kind of special to me because it just, for me, this kind of represents my first moving here where I live now because of we had that, I said it in another video. We were bombarded for like 2 summers with Luna moths that were everywhere, and they were kept getting inside the house and everything too. And when I saw them, they were scary looking to me. They're weird looking things. They're otherworldly looking. And I was like, what the heck is that? And then I wound up running to Google, which I did a lot when I first moved here. I kept running to Google. What kind of bug is that? What kind of thing is that? What is that? What is that? Does it bite? That was the main thing I was looking for. Does it bite? But anyway, yeah. And then I found out that it was actually a very rare occurrence, and it actually occurred twice while I was living here, that they happened to be here. And I was like, whoa, that's wild. And then these plants, which I had learned about and I started planting them, they're gorgeous and they have a beautiful scent. And the seeds are poisonous or whatever, I guess. And some people would use them, I guess, to get high in some states or whatever. I don't know. I ain't about that life. But they're beautiful, and the flowers are thick. Like their their consistency, it's not delicate. It's thick, and yet they look really beautiful. They're just like they're amazing. They're amazing looking flowers. And I know what happened. My mother-in-law had these growing, one all of a sudden appeared at the side of her house, and I was like, what is that? And she goes, I don't know. I thought you would know because I was getting so much into plants when I moved out here and flowers. She thought I would know what it was. I was like, I have no clue. So of course I went to Google to find out. And then I found out, and I think she gave me a piece of it, and I planted it in our yard, and it took off, and just was beautiful. And then I found out what the plant was. It's datura, and I found out that there are cultivated versions of it as well as wild versions of it. And I guess my mother-in-law had a wild version of it that appeared out of nowhere. And then yeah, so I grew some other ones too for a little bit. But yeah, they're really beautiful, and they open up at dusk. It's really cool. But yeah, so I'm saving this for something for special. I was looking at it the other day though. I did print 2 of them by mistake, which is not, I'm not mad at that. But I may actually use acrylic or gouache or something special on this because of that. Okay, so this is other than here's this thing that I pulled up that was talking about reflective, how to make a translucent effect. And I still, maybe it's because I couldn't concentrate enough. I'm not really good at like reading things for like how to color things. It's like I I got to read and analyze for my job. So it's like, I'm not about doing that for something that I do for fun and to relax. But it's by Betty Hung. And I think she has a YouTube channel, but I don't know what her YouTube channel goes by. But she describes how she got the translucent effect on one of Hannah Carlson's bugs in Daydreams. Which, you know what? I think I have that book, so maybe I should actually use that book to practice that someday when I feel like practicing. So she had just taken some progress pictures, but she didn't do a video. And then what she says she uses for it all, I was like, oh, okay, I'm getting dizzy already. This ain't simple. I ain't got time for it right now. So I saved the page and I bookmarked it, and then I also printed it to keep with my coloring stuff. And I can't really tell, I can tell in the last thing she did that it's translucent, but I got to take the time to read how she got there. And I'm just like, I ain't got that time right now. That's what I said then, But this does look translucent. And it did I'm pretty sure it did on the when I looked at it on the web as well. And it kind of like the bug has the same colors, basically. Underneath is on top. It's just on top they're lighter, but I don't know how she did that. And that's what she describes in this. So I gotta pay attention and read it someday. Not today. So the name, it was Color Art. And it looks like a website that has all things about, coloring or color and stuff. And it says all you add is color, coloring blog, and gallery. So if you want to do a search for that. And her name is, the name of the post is Translucent Effect. And her name is Betty Hung. So, FYI. Yeah, because two things I'd like to learn is how to color reflective, how to color translucent, iridescent, and water. Water. And you know what, the translucent effect, one thing that I need to know that for is one of the mythographic aviary pages. I need to know it for that. So chances are I'll test it out what she does here with the objective of doing that page. So whether I do it on that page itself or whether I use the same Daydreams page that she does to do it, we'll see. I could actually print that page out on a PDF print it out on paper and then try it out on the paper and then go back and try it doing it in the book when I feel confident about it. That's a thought. So, but that even in my head sounds like a whole production, so I'm not planning on doing that anytime soon. I got enough work to do. Okay, still been working on this. I kind of erased out some of that orange that I put there. I tried to erase out as much as I could. And then I muted it with, it might have been this pencil or that other color that's more brown. Color. Because I didn't like where it was going with that orange. That was when I made myself stop the video. It's like, okay, that's done. We're going to mess this up if we go any further. So, and I don't feel like coloring anything else. So let's just stop right here. So that's what I did. But yeah, I feel like this is going to be something that I test out those stickles on. And Mary, by the way, guess what I have coming tomorrow? Washi tape. Okay, you, Bubbles, and Miss Southern Belle, you get me in a lot of trouble. I'm just gonna tell you that. I got this book and wound up getting like what 4 or 5 of them because of Miss Southern Belle. I wound up getting um silicone stamps because of Miss Southern Belle. Um and then now I'm getting washi tape because of you. Bubbles, oh yeah, okay, like we can go. And tell me I didn't mute myself again. I'm leaning against my keyboard. I think that's what's happening. My keyboard's sticking out too much. I got a whole lot of stuff because of Bubbles. One of which is this. And this is just one of many things. Um those other watercolors I can't find, for goodness sake. I'll find them. It's just for some reason they don't want to show themselves right now. I guess they're telling me, no, you better get your skills up, chickie, before you do that. And speaking of getting your skills up, and what Bubbles made me do, she didn't make me do it, but through her suggestion, Bubbles' suggestions, probably through Foxy Colorist, because I think that's where Foxy Colorist got the idea, is that little pan. It was about the size. It looked like about the size of the hand of watercolors, and all those things pull out from it. The pans are like pans that pull out from the main. I bought that. It begins with a T. I saw that in Foxy Color's video. I'm like, you know what? That looks contained. That looks like something that I could do. Let me look up the name of it. It's actually on. It's supposed to be coming tomorrow, I think, and I'm actually like excited for it because I think that's one way that I will be able to deal with watercolors. So, where is it? Oh, that one's getting here today. Tinge, Tinge, solid watercolor paint set with 56 colors, including 10 macaroon colors, 10 glitter colors, and 36 usual colors, with one water brush pen for artists, students, and painting beginners. So I am getting that. I love how compact it is because that's what I need. With everything that's on my desk, for me to keep something out or for me to store it safely, comfortably, it needs to be compact. Um, so I'm thinking, and it says for artists, students, and painting beginners. I am a beginner when it comes to watercolor paints, so I thought, okay, this is good because like I can just fool around with it and whatever and find my way through before I use the good stuff. Um, I really like the design of that package a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. I feel like they did that with me in mind. Um, so it was only like $14. That's like cheap. Um, so that's actually supposed to come today, but it says by 10 p.m. So I'm not gonna, you know, it doesn't matter because I'm not gonna use it today anyway. So, um, yeah, so I'll have to show that. So yeah, I got an unboxing coming up, and gosh darn it, if I could stop buying stuff between the bathroom, stuff for the bathroom, stuff for work, more books, and stuff for coloring, I just can't seem to like stay out of Amazon this week. I want to push myself towards an austerity thing with Amazon, the limits of what I can buy, but like it's just I don't know, it's not working this month. It's a good thing I canceled my subscribe and save because you know I'm making up for it with all this other stuff. So anyway, so that's coming. Those watercolors are coming, and I think I don't know. My feeling says that that's going to be what's going to work for me. That's what my feeling says. But I kind of think, oh, which one is this? That washi tape, I think, is going to be. There's one of them that I think is going to look really nice on here between the ones I got. Because they kind of have these kind of colors, the mauve and beige. So I'm really looking forward to it. And I was thinking of taking these and putting like washi tape on the border, um, to kind of make them, I don't know, zhuzh them up or whatever. So, um, so the other thing that I've been working on is this one, which I was saying that I think, I don't know if it's when it goes to the printer or if I print, if I should make sure I print on like, if there's a rough side and a smooth side on the Astro Bright paper, because this one, like, I think that feels, yeah, this side feels smoother than this side, but then, I don't know, maybe it's my imagination. Anyway, it seemed like this side was exceptionally smooth compared to others, and so I kind of didn't quite enjoy thoroughly coloring this picture, but it's also a different type of illustration, and so I wonder if the amount of ink that it had to put down for the lines changed how it feels or something. I don't know. But I'm kind of like enjoying it a little better, but I'm still just kind of like I want to get it done. And I feel like if I do this page again, I'm going to do it differently. But and maybe use a different pencil. Um, and I just realized the other day that, oh, this is a wreath. I just realized that. Okay, that's how much is on my brain lately. It's like I just figured that out, um, from looking at it. And sorry, I move this stuff. This is more watercolor stuff, more prep to work with watercolors. Stuff I unboxed like last week. I don't know where else to put them, so they're still on my desk. These things. Because when I decide I'm going to learn something, I'm going to learn it. I'm going there. I'm all in once I make that decision. So, but yeah, so I just kind of want to finish this one, but I realize that this is actually a wreath. So now I got to figure out what I'm doing with the inside. If I'm going to erase this out or if I'm going to like maybe use acrylic paint and have this background, do the whole background a particular color. Um, yeah, I have to decide, but we'll see. Um, and I also noticed I got an email um, last night that Dover has new pages up for samplers. So FYI, you might want to, if you signed up for the Dover samplers, you may want to go over there and check that out. Or you can go to my Dover sampler video from this actually titled that, from like last week, I think it was, and go to the link there that I have there that you can sign up for it. And then it looks like, if I saw it right, it looks like they have like a lot of coloring book sample pages. Um, the one before this, they had like very few. I think they only had like 3 coloring books that they were providing sample pages from, and then the rest were like reading books and activity books that you really couldn't do anything except like read what was on there. Um, but this time I think I saw like six coloring books they had on there. One of which is a Christmas gnomes. So I know Foxy Colorist likes gnomes, and so there's some sample pages through Dover on Christmas gnomes. You're gonna want to check it out. And download those PDFs if you don't have the book already. Um, For me, oh, cool. Yeah, I like that because I mean, that's how I got a lot of pages actually. Not all of these here, but well, this one, which I want this book. I really want this book, but I love these pages. I think they're freaking cute. But let's see what was I gonna say. Oh, something that I have coming to me for holiday coloring because I know MBeans Color with Me. She has a hashtag now for holiday coloring. So, and the hashtags are kind of nice because not only are you cooperating with, the host of the challenge, they can get a boost to their channel and get people looking at what they do, their work, and how they color and get tips from them, from watching them. Also boosts their viewership. Um, that's actually how I actually found a lot of people lately and sub to a lot of people lately is through those hashtags. And also it kind of I don't know, it might boost your channel too when you post the hashtags like that and get people to look at what you're doing, and then if people like what you're doing, then they sub. And if they don't, they don't. It's just no loss, no foul. Is that the statement? I don't know. Anyway, so but yeah, I like promoting people, so um I like using the hashtags, and I'm a big on like wanting to get give give kudos, give that attribution to whoever came up with whatever it is. So MB's Color with Me has a holiday coloring challenge, and I am getting um on the way, and I hope it gets here really soon. I'm getting an Advent, Advent coloring book that I searched for one because I mean I uh, never really celebrated Advent. I grew up in part when I was younger. I grew up in a Presbyterian church, and so Advent is a big thing there. And my best friend, who passed away a couple of years ago, he was also Presbyterian, and so him and his wife would always, celebrate Advent um, and he'd always ask me about it. And I was like, I don't know. I just never really, you know, I don't know. I never do really anything very holiday-ish. I don't like celebrating my own birthday. I'm just like, whatever. Thank you, Jesus. I was born, and it's then it's like, okay, that's it. Whatever. Um, let's see, where is it? And it's called. Oh no! Please tell me they're. What the heck? Is it coming separately? Child, if it's gonna take a long time for me to get that book, it looks like it is. Where is it? It says this order has 2 shipments, but in this one shipment, it's not showing that book. Please tell me I'm gonna get it. That's the main reason I did the order. The book is called All Is Bright, A Devotional Journey to Color Your Way to Christmas, and it's by Nancy Guthrie. Um, and it seems to be hard to get. And like, really? I'm upset because it doesn't look like of the shipment. It says 2 separate shipments, but it doesn't show that I'm getting that one. Kind of crazy. See, but it does seem to be like it's a difficult book to get a hold of. Oops, where did I put that sign? Um, so I'm hoping it gets here in time. I hope so. I hope so. First time I'm deciding that I'm going to kind of celebrate Advent. I really want it to get here. It'd be sad if it didn't. So that's supposed to be coming. And what I did, like I said, I ordered other books to just because I ordered it through Thrift Books, and just because I had a free book coming, um, I don't know, and then I added something that was in my wish list from there, and then I thought, what the heck, let me get another holiday book, and so I ordered a used copy, very good, of Johanna Basford's A Festive Coloring Book for Adults, which is Johanna's Christmas. Sorry, that's what it's called. Even though I don't really, I don't really want a Christmas book or whatever, but um, just to participate in the holiday coloring challenge, and there might be some pages in there that I really like, so I got it. It was only like $7 or something like that, so $10. So I was like, yeah, I'll get it. Um, yeah, so that's hash. I don't know what the formal hashtag is, but if you go to MbeanzColorwithMe's page, she has a video on it that she did I think today, and I have to watch it, but I just saw it in my feed, so um I'm still like, I'm sorry, I'm hesitating because I'm kind of upset about that. It's like, they better send me that book. I went through so much. I switched between Amazon and here just to see like which one is going to get it to me quicker. I really hope it's in there. Okay. Hi, Ivy Pearl. Good morning. Trying not to perseverate. Trying not to. Um. So, and I did look. I think I looked at some of the pages of um the All Is Bright book to see like what the drawings were like, and I kind of like her illustration style, I think, and because I went through some other ones, and I also looked at the reviews, and some were saying, well, this is too much for like a child to color. This is more like an adult book, and I thought, okay, that's for me. I'm an adult. I'm not a child. So I thought, and then I looked at pages. I thought, I think I like her line work. So that's why I got it. Um, yeah, so I plan to participate in that holiday coloring challenge. Um, I do want to participate in the bold coloring challenge, but like I'm just not in a marker mode or something lately. I think because blending with colored pencils really relaxes me, and this is a time of year where I really need help being relaxed because it's very stressful at work. So I guess that's why I keep defaulting to the mandalas, is because, doesn't matter how they turn out, and I can blend if I want or not blend if I don't want. Um, yeah. So let's see. I think maybe I'll color a little bit. What is it, 10 o'clock? Let me color a little bit, at least. Even though it's not Mandala Monday, I don't know. I'm just on a mission, I think, to finish this particular mandala, which I think looks like very much like fall. And the colors are doing really nicely on there. It's like, it's shiny. I like how it's shiny. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see how shiny it is? It's shiny. I like shiny. Also, I'll remember what pencils I used on this. And then I want to put the rest of my pencils away. That's on my list today. So, I use the lighter brown or the darker brown? I don't know. Kind of playing around with these to see. Something that happened with this middle was that I had outlined it with like a reddish pink, it turned out to be. And I did each one circles in like kind of like dark on the outside, and then like lightened it up like as I went to the middle. So like more pressure as I was on the outside, and then less pressure as I went towards the middle. and then I left the very middle like with nothing, and then I went lightly over the whole thing with, I don't know, I guess a lighter colored pencil or something, and then so each one had like this light coming from it, but then I colored over it with another pencil. So I ruined the thing that I did, which is the same thing I did with that girl's face in the Jasmine Beckett-Griffith book. So somewhere in this process, I got to learn, like, okay, stop at this point. Don't go any further. Leave it alone. Let it be how it is. I got to figure out that point to keep it looking that way. Woo! Did you hear that? Tractor trailer with its J-brake on. I had no idea what that was when I first moved here. Like, what the heck is that sound? Why does the truck sound like it's dying? It's the J-brake. Which, okay, you know what I never did? I never Googled what a J-brake is to see what it looks like. I know what it does, but I know how it sounds, but I don't know what it looks like. So I want to get the same effect that I had on this middle before I colored over it and ruined it. I want to try and do that again, but I don't know, I'm having a hard time trying to what do you call it? Reenact it. So I'm not going to worry about it too much, but I think I will always remember so I can try and bring it back. You can see a little bit of it here, which was what it was doing like all over. I'm like, how cool is that? It's a learning process. Learning. I have to go check on my husband in a little bit. See if he took that COVID test. See how bad he's feeling. Because really, he's been acting like, and he's usually good when he has a cold. He's really not, he's not a baby or nothing about it, but he was making all kinds of noises and stuff yesterday and like the night before. I'm like, what the heck is wrong with him? All I could think of is, are you trying to get out of doing the bathroom? So pessimistic. I need Jesus, that's for sure. But no, he ain't been feeling good at all. So having chills and body aches, and he doesn't really get that when he has a cold or anything like that. So that's why I'm suspecting he has COVID. So I really want him to take that test because that impacts me with work. And I'm probably going to have to wear a mask anyway, just as a precaution, but everybody at work is getting sick too, so maybe, who knows, maybe I brought it home. Always a lot of cooties this time of year. So you said there's some nice pages in there? Cool. I do love her drawings, so I figured it's not a bad book to have. But it's just that, me and it's like, stop buying stuff. But, I think I must have something to cover every category now, so. And the Kirby book comes out in March. And I see now they have the cover of it on Amazon. I'm so looking forward to that book. Because fantasy and fairy tale, to me, that's like a fun thing to color. That might be why, I don't know, that might be why I like the Jasmine Beckett-Griffith books. Maybe that's why. I usually don't like, I don't know, there's something about her book that I know. The paper, I love that paper. Thank you. This helps me relax. Do I really want to use this? This is that reddish brown. I'm not sure I wanted to use that on here, but maybe that'll be what gives it more of that umph. I got my order of those the Prismacolor pencils that I seem to really be like I can't live without, so I have a backup when I use up the other one. And I think this is doing it. This is making it stand out a little bit more. Put my glasses on so I can see better. This is kind of like coloring the rocks in that Kirby page that I'm working on. The space, the first page in Alien Worlds. I do kind of like this. It's burnt brick red. Okay. And doing this one was a part of the Mandala Monday challenge, which it's not Monday, but I'll show it on a short on Monday. The 2-color challenge, I guess, or the 1-color challenge. Because I guess for the 1-color challenge, I think I heard Dawn say that you just need to use brown in your picture. So I am using brown. Or I can do it in the 2-color challenge because it'll be like brown and orange, basically. I don't know. We'll see which one I feel better with. But the highlight is the brown. And I should probably write on the back of each of these PDFs what it is, like where I got it from, the name off of Etsy. Because I don't remember which one this is from. Looking at it, I don't remember. Of course, I did so many. Been insane with that lately. Yeah. I kind of think I'm going to have to trying to have a light touch. It was just so interesting when I did this one because it was just it was like very few steps. It was like one, two. It was, and it had that whole reflective thing, and then I messed it up. And I hadn't done that intentionally, it just had turned out that way. And I was like, wow. And then I messed it up. Doing too much. Just doing too much. And it kind of reminds me, like with oil painting, like how, like, you'll blend and you'll blend, and there's one point where that blending is like perfect, but then you you do you go one more step, and it's like, uh-oh, now it's mud. Now it looks like caca. I hated when it happened. It's like, oh brother, can't we go back in time? Nope. There's things you can try and do, but you can't really go back in time. From there, it's like rehab. It's like with this section, when I went over and like shaded lightly over all of them, I stayed away from this spot. I was like, don't do it, Linda. Leave it alone. And I'm resisting the urge to go over it because it actually gives it some kind of, I don't know, some kind of sense of texture or something. So I am resisting the urge to even out the color. Takes some restraint. This is such a cool design. There really are some cool mandalas in this particular book. This is relaxing. So something else I figured out that I need to do probably today, is I need to trim my hair. And when I realized that, I was like, because in order to trim my hair, because I try to do like a trim like every 3 months, and I think it is about that time. September, October, November. I thought I could get away with it until like December, but I don't think I can because of how the ends of my hair are acting. And when they do that, it's like, you better trim them now, or it's going to be like you're going to wind up trimming much more in a couple weeks. So I kind of have to do it today, which means I got at minimum I need to blow dry my hair. So I wash it and blow it dry. But then it's like, I don't like wearing my hair, straight or blown out or whatever. Can't stand it. I look like a pinhead. And it never stays. It doesn't stay at a consistency that like will easily, like, I don't know, go in a ponytail or something like that. It just don't know how to act. And I look like a pinhead. So, but then after all that work, I don't want to just, revert it right away. That seems like that might not be too good for my hair, you know? So it's a struggle of looking like an idiot until I can wait a couple days, 2 or 3 days, to revert my hair. You know. Wah, wah, wah. If that's the only problem I have in life, I'm doing good. It isn't the only problem I have in life, but even still. There's a lot of people with worse problems than that right now. Case in point, I had a coworker run in my office. I kind of like, I was meeting with people, so I couldn't really, like, I didn't even have time to say hi, really. Because somebody was waiting to come in my office when she, like, wanted to come in my office. And um, I guess she had that genetic testing or whatever for um, probability of developing breast cancer, and her test came up at like 80%. And so she's like, now I got to figure out what to do. So praying for her for that. I didn't have time to talk with her because, like I said, people were waiting to come in my office for work. And that's a big deal. It's like, okay, you got the information, so now what do you do? Uh, and she did already have a scare or whatever, a situation with that, with gynecological portion. And actually, like, I don't know, her, I don't know why her doctors were kind of just lack-a-lacking with it. And when she told me the situation, I was like, no, you need to get in now. You need to get in now. Because she didn't know what it was, but she knew something was wrong. And so I actually gave her my doctor's name, and I said, you tell them what is going on. And make sure they get you in right away. If they're not responding properly, just keep letting them know. And she called them, she told them the situation, and they said, yeah, they made it for her to come in like ASAP. Um, discovered that, yeah, it was that situation, and but something very early and easily resolved, and so they took care of that. But now to have this on top of having that, just like a year and a half ago, was it? Which maybe that's why she had that. Maybe she's still going to my doctor because they also do like mammography and stuff right there on the site. It's a lot. Just she's dealing with that this crazy time of the semester. I don't know. We just keep going with this. I don't know. I'm just repetitive. It helps me talk. I just talk. And I don't have to think too hard. Oh, thank you, Taylor and Mary. Just like the repetitive thing is like somehow it's very relaxing. Not always kind of like, in the mood to do this kind of thing, but that's when it's like certain types of coloring are good for certain types of moods. And I needed to like be focused and relax. And this is really helping me do that. So I'm kind of feeling more like I can actually get up and do stuff. And not procrastinate. Oh, I need that. Is it the lighter brown? It's the lighter brown. I saw a lighter one. Oh, stuff is falling. Falling. I thought I had a lighter brown on here. Golder brown. It's because I can't see because of the glasses. I thought I had one that was lighter than that. Oh, here we go. It's this one. This one. Okay, how can we not get rid of that kind of... I'm trying not to get rid of the white on there entirely, like I did in the middle. So I think my coworker might be asking for advice or just somebody to listen to her. So I'm going to need to make some time for that. It is a big deal. That's more what I want to get at. I don't know if it's exactly that, and I just stand away from it for a little bit, or probably walk away and come back. But that's kind of more, a little bit more like, I think I use like a reddish color. And some of these. And I kind of want... I almost wonder if I should erase that a little bit. I don't know. Unless I make another one darker red like that. I think it might be that one. Let's see. Oops, see, I almost did it again. I get to color it in, it's like, color the whole thing. Cover every space. I forget. What I could do with this is then, when I walk away from this today and leave, these ones alone, when I come back, I can see what my response is to it. If I look at it and say, well, that's weird, and then go in and decide, we'll take the weirdness out, or come back and say, oh, I like that, and then just leave it alone or touch it up a little bit with something and go on to the next part. I'm trying to find that spot where I don't overwork it. But I do almost feel like I need to erase some out of these spots or something. this one in particular needs brightening. And I wonder if just putting some white in there, again, the white Prismacolor, would make that pop, or if I should just erase it kind of out a little bit and fade it, and then go back in with pencil to darken certain spots. Something that I've been doing, what, have I done that? I was doing that yesterday, and I was like, you see what you just did? And it helped. So I guess it's something other people have known to do, and I just kind of got into it. It was like, if you notice, like this one, I came back working on this last night. I started with this one, and I was in that mode of like, color it in. And you can tell, and I kind of leave it that way on purpose because it's like my reminder. Like, don't do that. Look at the other ones. Don't do that. Yeah, the white is kind of making it. I like that. Okay, learning my lesson to not color every darn space. Leave some to work for you as reflection. Telling myself this, trying to impress it on my brain. So, I don't know, we might be done with this step. So I want to think about then what color I'm going to do on the outside. And possibly, am I going to put brown in here to like take it so much out of that straight up red thing, and then put some brown, like circle it around a little bit to kind of brown that up. That sounds like something I might do. I don't know if I actually started doing that here. It almost looks like I did. I don't know. So that's going to be the next thing with this. I'm really liking this mandala. The picture seemed so simple, but yeah, I'm learning some things through this, and I like that. Okay, so it's been an hour, almost an hour and 40 minutes. Now I feel like my brain is kind of like, and I can get up and start doing stuff. I might start with my hair even. That would be something. Thank you all for joining me. Ivy, Taylor, Mary, anyone else, thanks for joining me, and I will see you later on the YouTube streets. Bye-bye. Okay, let's get the money shot. I don't know if this is going to be the one that YouTube saves or not, but I hope so. I probably should take a picture of it just in case, but take care, everybody. Have a good rest of your day.